Well, an innovative and interactive platform that is meant for to interact in one way or the other and change social ideas and curate social changes, empower youth to be catalysts for transformation in their communities has been launched. Now, this platform is called The Stage. It's a brainchild of Outbox, Reach a Hand Uganda, and that is the Public Health Ambassadors Uganda. We have the UNYPA and other implementing partners supported by the United Nations Fund. And to speak to us about this and more, we have Mr. Richard Zulu, the Chief Executive Officer of Outbox, the hub where the platform was created. So, Mr. Zulu, good morning, and it's great to have you this morning.
Good morning.
For starters, what is this Outbox, Kwanza, before we go into the bigger picture?
Yeah. So Outbox is an innovation and entrepreneurship support organization. A lot of our work is really to support our young entrepreneurs as they are building their businesses.
Okay.
So when you're building a business, you require a number of resources. Gone are the days where you used to, hustle.
Mobilize the resources, yes.
Exactly. So we try to bring all these resources together as a convening, right? So the capital, the infrastructure, the knowledge, any people who could provide mentorship or talent, so that you can very quickly get your business off the ground.
Okay. That is Outbox.
That is
now, tell me about Stage. Now we have this Stage.
Yes. So the Stage really was built against the realization that the issues we face are very complex, right? And very many times you have organizations trying to address these issues in silos, right? So for instance, with the partners that you just mentioned, part of our work is around sexual reproductive health and rights.
Okay.
But as we're talking about how to keep yourself safe from early teenage pregnancies, right? How to avoid HIV/AIDS, right? There are other issues at play for a young person.
Like?
Things to do with work, for instance, right? There could be things to do with gender-based violence, right? A number of issues. And coming to the realization that what we do is not enough to ensure the well-being of this young person.
Okay.
We then said, how do we come together to solve such issues regardless of our logos and everything like that? Because to solve complex social issues, we have to realize that we have to come together and work as a collective.
Oh, yes.
So that Stage was born as a platform that convinced all these actors, right, to enable young people to create ideas. So if you have an idea in your community in terms of what you want to get done, you use the Stage. And then that is referred to the partners who then see how to help you. If you're seeking inspiration, you use the Stage because we showcase a number of stories around young people and elders who have actually made it in their communities, right? And then if you seek to engage, you're looking for workerships, internships, mentorships, volunteerships. As a young person to kind of build your portfolio, we have those opportunities all listed on the Stage.
Okay.
So the Stage is that convening.
So is the Stage only gang to a particular age bracket, or it cuts across? What if a parent is watching this early morning and is one of those parents who are very very intentional, very ambitious for their children? What age does this Stage start off to take on someone and say, okay, now you can be a part of the Stage?
So the Stage is meant to be intergenerational. Okay. Because, again, we cannot say we are solving issues for young people while leaving other age brackets out. We have to have these conversations. We have to give them access to the young people. The young people have to know what's happening on the other side and hear each other out, right?
Oh, yes.
So our primary focus is young people, but we know that to solve issues for young...
By young, you mean what age?
Okay. The youth. Let me say the youth.
The youth.
The youth.
And the youth, that means we're starting from 15 years?
Yes.
Okay, and above?
Yes.
Okay, so someone 45 is disqualified?
No, you're not disqualified because, you see, yes, we want to solve issues for the youth, but to do that, we need that 45-year-old.
The synergy of the 45
exactly, to be part of that conversation. So as a 45-year-old, what might you bring on board? You might bring the knowledge. You might bring
the experience,
the skill set. You could be a policy maker and you're in a position of influence, right, to create that change. So definitely we're also seeking to work with such individuals in terms of how we support the youth and address those.
So where does someone find the stage?
The stage, so the stage is online and offline.
Okay.
Online, the stageug.org. If you visit it now, you see all these different pillars that I've talked about.
Thestageug.com. Okay.
Org.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Thestageug.org.
.org.
Uh-huh.
And then if you, the partners we work with, Reach a Hand, PHAU, Unipa, and ourselves, we have programming all over the country.
Nice.
Meaning we have representatives in many, many districts, right? And if you're a young person out there, it's about walking up to this community that we have with our partners and requesting to be part of the stage. And then you'll be supported in terms of how to participate in that initiative.
So how do I participate?
So how do you participate? You could have an idea of a social change issue you want to address. It could be access to education in your community. You have until we learn how to listen to these
That's
youth.
the word, listen. Listening. You see, we have leaders, and we come from communities where each one of us is living to whom it may concern.
Exactly.
And in one way or the other, this has affected the entire conversations of the changes we want to see in Africa. Now, I love when you say, until when we learn to listen. Carry on, Zulu.
Yes. So we listen and allow you to say, this is what I want to.
You look in the camera straight. Let them hear this.
Yeah. So we listen and then we say, this is what I want you to this is what I actually want to work on within my community. And then the issue is, okay, how then can we support you? So if you submit your idea, we then refer it to our partners, look at the programs that we have, and see where it's the best fit, right? It could be you wanting to address issues of education. It could be you wanting to address issues of agribusiness. It could be many, many things, right? Then on the other side, you could have an enterprise or an initiative, and you're seeking for support in terms of knowledge, experience, a sounding board with people who can help you move forward.
Yes.
So there we have a mentorship platform where you can profile your business. You look through the mentorship list and then say, okay, I want to speak to X, okay? And then we make that possible, right?
Nice. But is all this free? Now that comes to the question Ugandan Zulu is asked. They say it's too good to be true. Watch your eyes, open your eyes wide, Zulu. Is all this free?
All this is free because we have the support of the UNFPA
the partners,
and the partners. And it's also a realization that, you know, knowledge is power.
Oh, yes.
Well, if we bring these things together and reduce the barriers, let me tell you, access to information is very powerful. And many
and
people,
divide in Africa is too bad.
Exactly. And the divide.
Yes, it's crazy.
You can fall sick and not even know where to get a service. Something as simple as that can actually cost your life.
Oh, yes.
How do I call emergency service? You don't know, right?
Yes.
So
indeed.
this level of convening and bringing these resources and making them available to our young people is like very, very critical.
That is nice.
In terms of helping them create the change, but also working with them in terms of how do we address this issue you have in your community together with you. Omuntu wa wansi.
That's the thing. That now you're talking. You're talking to me. Man, this is very interesting. So all this comes in a very great simple way. Does this equally cover innovators? Because we're in an age, Zulu, you and I will agree that whatever happens in this generation where we are, innovation is at the core of everything. Innovators have been, in one way or the other, shelved, if I should say, by the policymakers, and the communities don't seem to understand them. Does the stage have a cluster for them that can hear them out and possibly plug them into the right powers that be that their visions and solutions can be amplified?
Yeah. That's why we have very many partners, right? And my organization, Outbox, is one of those partners to support on that pillar around innovativeness.
Nice. Amazing.
And normally what we've seen is we have very creative young people.
Nice.
But then we tend to confuse creativity with innovation.
That's the thing.
So we stop at the creativity element where we're very creative about solving these problems. But then how do we, the difference between creativity and innovation is that an innovation provides value.
Yes.
And if you provide value, you earn from that
Absolutely.
value, right? So how do we take that a step further for you to move between being
Nice.
creative in your community and innovative in terms of as you're addressing these challenges, as you're creating this value, how could you earn from it?
Wow. That is my friend Richard Zulu from Outbox. And remember, the stage, you can be a part of it. Just log on to www.stage.ug.org. Be a part of that. It's online.
StageUG.org.
TheStageUG.org. www.thestageUG.org. And then you can log on to there. You'll get all the details you need. If someone wants to actually find more information, do you have a Twitter handle or Facebook handle they could possibly follow?
Yes,
Please.
So you can follow us at The Stage UG on Facebook.
Let me search it out right up.
On Twitter. And you can, if you need more information, you can find us at on Soli's house, Lumumba Avenue.
Okay.
Yes.
The Stage UG. Is it a compound what? Is it compound or it's
The Stage UG.
The Stage UG. Okay, this is very interesting. Believe you me, personally, I'm very excited about it because, is it the one? Is it the one?
No. One word. Make
Okay.
it one word, yeah.
The Stage UG. I'm trying to find this so that when you look for it, it won't be a heavy one for you.
If you're having challenges and you put hash, the stage is set, hash, the stage is yours.
Okay.
You'll also
Hashtag, just
be
look for
able
the
to follow
hashtag,
that
the stage is
conversation.
yours.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try that. The stage is set. Let me see that. Let me see that if I can find that. Okay, it looks like I found something.
It's there at the Stage UG.
Okay, on Twitter, just look for the Stage UG, and then it will take you to the other websites as and when you're ready to get this information. Listen, we all have to work in synergies and in great collaborations and partnerships. Thank you so much, Zulu, and thanks for motivating the young generation. I will come to you and we'll have this conversation a little further. Thank you so much. Those who have been a part of this conversation, please make sure you get involved. The stage is set. The stage is yours. Bring your idea. Be as creative as you are. Be very creative. There is one thing I didn't. So how patent are these ideas for them? You see, Ugandans always have a fear of sharing ideas that they could possibly be taken away and they're not protected patent-wise. So how safe is that?
Yeah, so when you submit your idea, it's not put out there in the public.
In the void, yes.
Yeah, it comes to us, and then we reach out to you. We've been in this business for very long, and part of our ethics is to make sure that we don't compete with the businesses that we support, but enable them.
Strong.
Yes.
Wow, impressive. Now take us for a break. We'll be back shortly. This is still Morning at NTV, and be on the stage.